What up, everyone? I am Jafa Slater, and yes, I'm doing a bunch of shows. I'm covering a bunch of stuff. We missed a lot of content. Quick overview: Jack's got himself in some trouble. Big surprise. He's been ducking, and dodging the law, the bill collectors, the IRS, and basically everyone else. So he's spending a little time in Mexico. So, aside from the fact that he owes me a lot of money, and I'm probably going to keep harping on that, we're going to be doing a different kind of show. That's debt stuck in my teeth. Anyways, I don't know if you ever heard of the show Inuyasha. It's a wonderful show. It came out around 1996. And it's about this girl that his grandfather has a kind of a Shinto temple. She ends up falling into a well. She goes back into another world. And it's basically like 1555 AD. And there's a bunch of monsters, a bunch of cool stuff. And it has like a classic anime. It's also the creator of Rama One Half, one of my personal favorite shows. And it's Rumiko Takahashi. Rumiko? Forgive me for saying that. I am not that good at names. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't sit there and practice it over and over and over again. But at any rate, this show is actually really, really cool. Kagome, who ends up getting involved with Inuyasha, and yeah, it's an interesting love story. There's a good build to it. Uh, his brother Shishomaru, who's basically kind of the bad guy. Inuyasha's the good guy, and he's given us a sword made out of a demon's tooth, and it's basically the sword of death. And his brother, who's the bad guy, is given the sword of life. So the story is really, really interesting. I mean, it went a long, long time, over 56 volumes, a lot of years into it. This was one of the longest running series, longer than Dragon Ball Z. Well, at one point. A lot of episodes. Really worth watching if you ever get the time. I mean, like, it literally passed 400 and more. And the reason I'm just giving you broad strokes is because I want you to investigate it yourself. I actually like people to watch the show. I don't like giving massive overviews. One, because I don't get paid by the hour, if you know what I'm saying. And this is actually a cool Funko. Inuyasha is kind of a demon dog, half human, half dog. Cool sword, short temper, loves to eat. I understand that. Loves to fight. Kagome is basically just your typical schoolgirl. She's 16 when she falls into the well. And her and Inuyasha go on a lot of different adventures. They meet a lot of different people. And they fight a lot of different monsters. Believe you me, every episode has a little bit of action, a lot of story. There's a good romance angle to it. So if you ever get the chance, it's actually worth watching. And unlike Dragon Ball Z, which I love, this one tells a good, concise story. It's like watching a drama, an action movie, a romance, a comedy. It has a good build to it. The characters actually build their way up. There's not a lot of power-ups in it. You don't see a lot of good sword play. It tells a nice, concise story. Every story, even if you watch it for the first time, it gives you a nice little recap on what's going on. They actually should make a movie of it. But it's such a sweeping epic, I don't actually know where they would pick up. But if you want a good story, it kind of reminds me of Airbender, except this one takes itself a lot more seriously. There's a lot more drama in it. There's a hell of a lot more killing. And it's actually worth watching. And I keep saying that because some people haven't heard of Inuyasha. They've heard of Dragon Ball Z. They heard of the Yu Yu Hakusho. And this came on right around the same time. Like right around the same block when they were doing the anime cartoons. So this is kind of like the forgotten child. Unless you're a big anime nut like I am. So, without further ado, should we unbox it? Maybe. Maybe not. And this is another one that we picked up on sale at Zia Toys. Very cool place if you ever get if you ever in Cruces or hit up the game. That place is paradise for anybody in the world of geekdom. Look at the walls, man. Nothing but art. All right, let's check this one out. All right. There it is. Inuyasha. Now, the sword actually grows bigger. It kind of starts out as a skinny sword, and then it grows into a bigger one. Very cool. I love Inuyasha's personality. He's kind of stubborn, prideful. He loves to get into fights. And he balances Kagome's character off so well. His brother is the complete opposite, quiet and reserved. I love the relationship that they have between them. Other characters do make an appearance later on, but it's mostly about the relationship between him, Kagome, and the story that it actually follows, because it follows a lot of years afterwards. And check that out. Check out how detailed this is. You got to give it up to the people in Fucko. Almost fumbled it. Look at that necklace. Look at everything like that. This is what I love about Fucko. Fucko actually gives you a lot of detail. The dog ears. Oh, and one of my favorite things, and if you watch the show, she has this ability to make him sit. So when he's acting a fool, or when he's doing something he shouldn't be doing, she can say, sit. And he just sits on command. It is one of the most hilarious things. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in this movie worth watching, or in this series. It's an ongoing series, and you'll probably get stuck there binge watching it. It's like Naruto. It's like anything else. It's one of those ones where you could just sit there and watch episode after episode after episode. Give it a look. One more time. Yeah, some of them come with a stand. I didn't know this video came with a stand, but it stood anyway, so I figured. This one's a little heavy because of the head, so you actually probably would need the stand for it. Check that out. Pretty cool. It's going to end up going on my shelf. I'll probably collect the other ones. And if I do, I'll give another overview. And like I said, I do broad strokes because I want people to watch the show. I want people to actually view the show. It'd be nice if they brought it back. Well, now that there's so many channels, you probably can't find it. And I'm not getting paid to advertise them, so I'm not going to go through the myriad of different channels. But look for it if you have the time. Crunchyroll. There you go. There's a little free advertising. Maybe I could get something, later on, considering how much money Jax owes me. And of course, this is Jafa Slater, aka El Chingon. And I'll catch you on the flip side.